Good morning, everyone. Did you have a nice weekend? My heart goes out to Texas. What a shameful, horrific, heart wrenching time that is. There's so many factors at play that could have been, should have been, would have been, but wasn't. And, as the information starts coming out and we start seeing that there were some discrepancies with not only local, but no FEMA, and Kristi Noem, dog killer, trying to blame Biden for it. But anyway, we'll talk about this again in a couple of days. I want to give it a couple more days. And then I really want to dive into the situations and the cuts that this government has made that has endangered and has killed people and will start continuing to kill people. And that's just how it is. As the rich gets richer, we see white Christian nationalists talking on the White House lawn, speaking in tongues. I saw this. That's frightening. When are they going to bring out the snakes and start charming snakes out there on the White House lawn? It's crazy, because there is no way that God or Jesus, either one, would want the people of this country to be treated the way they are, or the immigrants to be put in concentration camps to die. And you can say, well, they're not going to die. Disease and just from the mosquitoes alone could cause a lot of issues with these people. The way these camps are set up, the swarms of mosquitoes are absolutely crazy. But anyway, let's keep moving. Um, there's a part of the Civil War movie that haunted me the day I went and saw it. I went and saw Civil War by myself last summer in an almost empty theater. I think there were 9 of us all together in that movie theater, all scattered around. And when the guy said, "What kind of an American are you?" This is becoming realistic. And I warned people that the Civil War movie was starting. If Trump was elected, this was how it was going to be. And this is how it is. This is the fall of Rome. And now we're going to have UFC fights on the White House lawn. The Rose Garden is gone. I mean, nothing great is happening in our great nation. We are becoming a second world country due to the fact that we are abandoning allies and joining up with corrupt, criminal countries and leaders. I would say go take a look at Hungary right now, because Viktor Orban is not doing so hot. And this is who Trump is involved with, and Putin, and Qatar, and Israel. And you can say that I'm an anti Semite, but that is not true. I'm an anti murderous regime. You know, I said that the fall of Rome was bound to happen, and this is it. And now we have the UFC fights, which is like gladiators fighting in the Colosseum. Someone mentioned that, but I had already decided that that's what this was going to be. And more so when he had talked much earlier about having immigration UFC teams. And then Kristi Noem, dog killer, talked about, the game show thing. Just crazy. Concentration camps, UFC fights. Well, I mean, what's next? Well, Elon Musk wants a third party. Elon Musk's party would be followed by Nazi white supremacists, And that's even scarier as well. But when people say that they're Christians and are okay with everything that's going on, I just find that bizarre. It's bizarre. If you are spiritual and you see people hurting, it shouldn't matter who they are, but it does. You know, influencers, well, I'm not racist, and yet they make these comments in videos that are out there that proves that they're white Christian nationalists. You know, America First is like this huge thing. Veterans are a huge priority to our country, and they are being let down. You're letting your veterans down. You're letting human life down. And with that, you let Jesus down, or God down. Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, the Trinity, by being okay with the behaviors that are going on. Well, I'm not a racist. Well, you are. I'm pro-life. Well, apparently you're not. I follow Jesus. Well, Jesus's words aren't what you're following. People speaking in tongues at the White House. I even saw it happening on a state, um, it was in a state capitol building. In the building, in the middle of it, people speaking in tongues. When are the snakes going to come out? Well, they're going to come out. I guess we could put the snakes as part of the concentration camps in the Everglades. I don't know. But you know, this was the 4th of July weekend, Independence Day. We have people dead, missing, and I will blame. I will point fingers. Number one, the cuts made to our administration, our government, are not helping people. They're helping the rich. As the rich gets richer, the American people will suffer. And they will golf, and they will have fancy parties. They'll have UFC fights, and they won't give a damn about you and yours. Being prepared for this regime is not just food, it's a mentality. How do you combat people who would prefer you die than to speak the truth? People that would prefer you to be put in prison because you look or talk differently. They don't care if you live or die. When you run a country like a business, and that's what he's doing, and he's not making it better. He's not making America great again. He hurts you. He hurts the people because he thinks of you as employees. You're not to talk back, go to work, and don't say a word against the regime. Protest. The protesters are taxpayers. They are people who care about other people. And no matter what you vote for, they're going to vote for you because they vote for the rights and the liberties of people. Unconstitutional behavior is something that I just can't accept as a patriot of our country. And I can't understand why MAGA supporters do not understand. He is undercutting you. He has sold us out, and it's on your back. And he continues to ask for donations. And he's setting up to build businesses in the Middle East. That's why they're partnering. When the Gaza Strip is built, I am going to go bananas. The first deconstruction to construct the Gaza Strip for Trump and Netanyahu, which they have already made an ad about. Bearded belly dancers? It's kind of weird. When they start that, I will speak out so loud. And I will remind you that they killed people to do that. I will remind you of that. I will remind you of the alliance that allowed Trump to take from you for himself. Happy Monday, everybody. I need to get busy. You all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. It's a lot. Bye, y'all.